Welcome to Money Making Conversation. I'm your host, Rashawn McDonald. It is important to understand that everybody travels a different path to success. That's because your brand is different. The challenges you face in your life are different. So stop reading other people's success stories and really start writing your own. Now, you can be motivated by their success because their stories can offer you direction and help you reach your goals through your planning and committed effort. My next guest is one of my favorites, Melody Holt. She's a producer and star of the own series Love and Marriage Huntsville. Entrepreneur, she's a home builder. The docu-series follows three power couples, longtime friends. I don't know if they're longtime friends no more. Melody and Martell Holt. Fire! Dynamite! My girl LaTisha and Marsau, that's my frat brother. And Kimmi and Maurice. I don't know Kimmi, my boy Maurice. He's trying to be a businessman in Huntsville. I don't know. In Love and Marriage in Huntsville. But she has also hosted one of my favorite shows, Behind Every Man, which is also on my own. Please welcome to Melody. I'm about to say her name. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation, my friend, Melody Holt. How you doing, Melody?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you? It's always just a pleasure being able to be a part of your show. You are so phenomenal, so inspiring and encouraging. So I'm just very thankful for the opportunity.
Well, it's really interesting about your whole career, and let's go track it. You came into my life, and the first interview I did on Money Making Conversation was you and Martell, and it was an inspirational interview about a couple that worked their way through high school and beautiful kids. And then the second time I got you on the show, you was by yourself, and now the third time I have you on the show, I saw the premiere episode of
I'm still by myself.
I'm gonna tell you something. After the episode, you gonna really be by yourself after that premiere episode. You by yourself, child. You ain't kind of by yourself. You by yourself in a good way.
Either while you're over there, I ain't trying to change it.
Well, I understand because if you're a fan of the show, I'm a fan of the show, and you brought me into the series. And my boy Carlos King, he created the executive producer of the series, very talented EP of docu-series type dramas. He has another series on called Bell Collective. But we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. The question is, this ain't a messy show. This is a show about watching an entrepreneur, watching a young lady. I still consider you very young, an entrepreneur minded, and it almost looked like a series where I got to see you grow as a woman, as a mom, and then the other half of you did want to see that same growth. Am I correct?
So, what I will say is definitely being a part of the Kingdom Reign family and being a part of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you're absolutely correct in terms of the growth that you've seen. And that's really because, as you go through things in life and you experience certain things, those are really the things that help shape and mold you to be who you are and who you're supposed to be. And that's really what my viewers have been able to witness the past few seasons, is me really going through one of life's biggest challenges, when one of the supposed to be strongest bonds is broken and disconnected, and what it looks like to maneuver through those type of waters. And so that is how you guys have been able to really, as you say, have seen me grow, because you watched me go through something that a lot of people can't even go through behind closed doors, and I've had to live it out loud publicly. So it's been a little bit different. What I will say, when it comes to, you asked about my, Martell and that support and that growth, what I will say is that there was a time in our marriage, in our life, I'm not going to sit here and act like we had a whole bunch of years of some terrible marriage, because that's just not the case. We had a beautiful union, beautiful time, beautiful, family, children, a real friendship. Definitely, we were definitely great friends. And so I will say in that there was a time when he definitely pushed me and motivated me and really, stood with me with some of the things I wanted to do. Right. But sometimes in life, people just start kind of going different ways and things change. I did an interview earlier and I shared with them that, studies show that people change every 5 to 7 years. And, that's just real. No one's going to stay the same.
I really, because I care about you a lot. You know, I have 6 sisters, so I consider you one of them 6. 2 of them passed away, so I'm asking you to fill in one of those slots in my life because I believe in you. And when I watched the show, especially the premiere episode this season, you know, I was pained a little bit because I could, you know, we watching you on TV play out some emotions, especially when Martell talking about he going to custody of the children, and you really lit up the room because you weren't going to let this act like this. Even sense of a possibility. These are 4 beautiful kids that you've delivered to the world. And then earlier in the episodes, by the way, she show off her little body, just embarrassing everybody in the nation. She had dropped 4 kids coming around the corner looking like she's like a fresh out of high school body. So we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's go back to that emotional. I just had to throw that out there and like step on her because that was unfair, Melody.
Like you have seen a little bit more than I have seen. Just know that.
Well, I don't care. I said she come out of the car. Poor Destiny. She like just dropped one. Destiny like, whoa! My goodness, girl. Well, you know, what can I say? It's time for me to show the world what's going on with Melody Holt. Okay? And then we go forward. You know, you're back, you know, because you was in Atlanta with your brother. Yeah. Hanging out in the back, you know, drinking a little wine, trying to get your act together for 2 weeks. And then now, the reality is back. You're in the house with a man who, let's say you don't trust. With children that you love, that you bore. Like you said, you're not here to talk about like this relationship was a bad relationship. But when he says the possibility that he wants to get full custody of the kids, you lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I think for most parents, when it comes to your children, that's one thing you just really don't play about, no matter who it is, obviously. And so we all have those triggers, certain things that trigger us. And unfortunately, a lot of times people know what your triggers are. That's right, the bad thing. And so for me, when it comes to being a woman of many hats, being an entrepreneur, being a mom, being a wife, all of those things, you know, me being able to fully engage in all of those roles was one of the things that was a problem in the marriage. And one of those things that was somewhat I would say he tried to use against me at times. And that was when it came to the kids. And so for him to make a statement like that, despite knowing deep down that I'm really wearing all these hats very well. Like my kids are very well taken care of. We do vacations, we do trips. They've been out of the country. Hell, I hadn't even been out of the country when I was their age. Okay. So it's like, don't play with me with that.
And in the show, but the series as I see, because you know I can't wait to the next episode and the next episode out there, because really it's about watching on this show, it's about motivation. It's about people overcoming fears, people walking in the darkness, walking into the unknown. And that's why I stand on this a little bit, because I want a lot of people to hear this, because a lot of people don't go to the next level in life because they fear change. They fear the unknown. They fear the what if. What if it's not something I expect? And you're doing a courageous thing with your life, because this is bigger than the television show to me, because it's about you. Because when the lights go down or cut off, you really living the life that we're just getting little bits and pieces of. With that being said, what's the next path for Melody?
What's the next what now?
Path for you in career planning, because I call you sometimes, you say, Rashawn, I got people in LA, I got people in Huntsville, I got a team around you, because I'll be talking to you, every time I talk to you, it's more advancement in the various business ventures, more opportunities that you want to engage in, and you surround yourself with a much stronger team that allow you to win. So talk about that.
And you know what, it's so funny that you mentioned a team and just the people that you have around you. I feel like you can't do anything alone in life, period. You've got to have a team who believes in you, that supports you, that pushes you even on the days when you barely can push yourself. And I'm so thankful and blessed that I have been surrounded. God just placed the right people in my life at the right time. I can speak all the way, to my management team. As you said, I have, a team in LA, I have a team in Atlanta. And when I look at the time that they came into my life, and they're older than me. And that's another thing. It's kind of crazy because it's like I'm 35, but God has surrounded me with people who are older than me and who have so much wisdom, you know, and that wisdom comes from their own life experiences. So when I hear their stories of things they've experienced and that they went through early on in life and what I'm going through right now, I know that it was a divine connection and meant for them to be in my life. And so, you know, we're always working on things. And I hope that's what people also, you know, of course, our reality show, you have a little bit of drama, but I hope that people really get to tune in and pick up and understand and see that, you know, the sky really, you know, is the limit. It doesn't matter what you go through, what you experience. I wake up every day and I put a smile on my face and I'm hey, good morning. How are you? Positive affirmations all day, period. And from there, it has just really allowed us to move into some different areas. I have music that I'm working on. I can't wait. I've teased my fans a little bit with my song by dropping it on social media, pieces here and there. So I have music I'm working on. I'm actually about to go in the studio and record the second song because I'm done with the first one. And then, of course, also I have my acting career that I'm working on as well. I actually just finished doing some acting stuff. I've been in Atlanta doing a movie the past week. So just moving, shaking, and trying to fully be in the purpose, in my God-given purpose, because life is so short. You have to wake up every day. You have to make it count. You have to make every hour, every minute, and every second.
I'm going to tell you something, Melody. Don't you ever, because even in the series, I got mad at you, because you know I'm based in Atlanta. You was in Atlanta for 2 weeks, okay? Did in the interview right now, well, I just got back from from Atlanta. You know, I just got back from Atlanta. No call, no text. Cause
I'm gonna do, you know what?
No, stop.
I'm gonna do better.
No.
So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to lunch. We're gonna go to dinner, chat it up, whatever you want to do.
See, she'll DM me in a minute. Hey, Rashawn, how you doing? Well, this is one thing I love about her. And I responded back to her. I said, look, she will recommend people to be on my show. I mean, and she's supportive. And I laugh at her in a good way. It's not a bad laugh because here she is, you know, she's out there trying to make her career work. She's trying to be a good person because she is a good person, but she will not hesitate connecting somebody for an opportunity. And that's a quality that when you say, Rashawn, why do you like Melody Holt? Why you always champion her? Because she's so busy championing other people. She's not about letting, it's a lot of people in competition, because it is competition. They fear, I ain't gonna let nobody get my hookup. I'm not gonna let anybody get my connection. And that's not you. Talk to us about that personality.
Not at all. You know, let me tell you. So I am big on making connections. I will be honest. I'm that person who, and I'm not going to be like, oh, I'll send you the number later. If we're having a conversation and I know someone who can maybe help catapult you to the next level, take you to the next level in your life or goals, career-wise, whatever it is. Oh, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm sending you the number right now. You want to call them right now? Like, that's what and I love to do that. That's just a genuine part of me, because I feel that you never know what someone else can do, whether it's a simple word, whether it's, a simple connection that can just really change someone's entire life. Right. And I have to believe that through that goodness of my heart and purity of all of my intentions, that is why God has continued to bless me, and he has continued to look over me and put me, in the paths of the right people, because I'm always looking to find a way to bring people together on the same path. There's enough out here for everyone. And if we stop being so selfish, if we become more selfless, yes, man, let me tell you, we learn how to come together. And I ain't gonna say it's always easy, because it's not. But if we can learn how to come together, there's just so much that we can do. So yes, I love connecting people.
And you do a great job of it. Now, before I go on to the series Behind Every Man, I want to talk about the other characters on the show. I shouldn't say character, other couples, other people, because it's gotten more expansive on the show. We see more in this season. We saw more of Kimmi and Maurice's son, and then of course Tisha. They got the cigar place Black that they're building out this season. give us a little sneak preview of what's coming up on this season, because of the fact that when I tell people to watch the show, because I am a fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville, is because they're individuals who are Black individuals in a town like Huntsville that have big city problems.
Absolutely.
And that's the fun part about it.
I think all the couples in some shape, form, or fashion bring a great dynamic to the show. And I feel that, this season, you guys are going to be able to see more business moves taking place, which is something I'm very proud of, because, I don't think anyone goes into reality TV hoping that there will be drama. It's just kind of one of those things that can end up happening because life. And, so when you imagine being put in situations where maybe you would have avoided that person for another month or two because you kind of ain't feeling them right now, then you see them instead in a day. So sometimes those emotions may still be up. So, that's the piece that brings the drama in. But I'm looking forward to our audience really seeing, especially with the climate of the economy and where we are as a culture, as people, where we are as a country right now. I think it was important to show unity and how, despite differences, despite, difficulties within the friendships or the relationships, at some point in time, you guys are going to see, some of us come together and be able to do some great things and actually be able to be in the same room pushing for a positive purpose or a positive cause. You're going to see businesses, excelling and growing, and, individuals figuring out different paths of entrepreneurship. And so those are the things that I'm really looking forward to being displayed and shown this season.
And it's showing a lot. The great thing about it now, your master class, which I saw, it was kind of like born out of COVID. COVID-19 created a lot of creative approaches to us. Tell everybody about the master class that you did this summer. It was outstanding, by the way.
So HPA, Holt Preservation Academy, that is my baby. Matter of fact, I have a class tonight. So what I do is I've had the, I just say it's a complete blessing and opportunity to actually, now it's about 180 since June, about 180 individuals. I've been able to help them become entrepreneurs and start businesses in property preservation, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry that has been a white, male-dominated industry for a very long time. Most of my students, however, have been African-American women. And so what I have been doing is, having weekly meetings with them, one-on-one calls with them, helping them set up their LLCs, their business checking, teaching them the game about this industry, and helping them get contracts, meaning when they get contracts, they start receiving work from the banks and they get paid as they complete those work orders. And so it was, like you said, born out of COVID. My first class started in June of 2020, and it has been phenomenal. I'm very thankful to God for that whole avenue being open for me.
We know what God gave you is the ability to talk, because you can talk. That's why to me, you always tease you about that. Y'all don't know, me and Melody, we be talking, we be talking in that little direct DM and all that. Finally, I went, girl, give me your number. I'm tired of all this DMing back, because DMing like texting her. I said, and so.
Hey, what's funny though that you say that, because earlier, like I said, I did an interview earlier today, and they said to me, oh yeah, your manager said we're gonna enjoy our interview. We're gonna enjoy it because you love to talk. I said, oh, it sounds like she tried to throw a little side jab up in there. I'm going to make sure I call her when we get done. Now, here you go.
Well, see, I know
jabs,
you.
But no, I am very vocal.
And that's why I love talking to you, because there's a journey, and I will never ever stop you from your dreams. I will always encourage you. I always will support you. I always will push you to the next level, because I know there are only greater opportunities. You're at the right age to start discovering yourself and pushing those dreams, because a lot of people wait till they're 40, 50. Or I'll wait till my kids graduate, or I'll wait till get out of college. All that wait, and that's not your DNA, and that's what I love about talking to you. And I encourage people who listen to these shows, when I get a person on the air like you, listen to what she's saying. Listen, there are setbacks in her life there, but she don't let that become a champion. Talk about that.
I will say that, so I got married when I was 22, and you have this whole thing planned out of what you think your life will be. I don't think anyone gets married expecting or hoping for a divorce to happen. You think that that's your forever, and you think that that is how your life will be. And so for me, I went from feeling like I had everything together. I had these beautiful children. I had anything I wanted to get, I could go get when I wanted to. I had my husband. We had these businesses. We're being able to travel and go whenever we want to. And then boom, just like that, there's a change.
Right.
And so at first, of course, the heartbreak and the disappointment and the tears and the depression and all of those things that come with, something as major as infidelity hitting your marriage. I went through all of that. And I went through a lot of different layers of it. So for me, going through those things and experiencing such a big change in life. And then I didn't know that I was going to have to play it out on national television either.
Right.
So that was another thing. You know what I'm saying? When we started filming the first season, I had just recently found out about, what had been occurring. However, I thought everything was done over and we were good. Well, right when we start shooting, I find out, it ain't done and over. We ain't good. So that's when people got, you know what I'm saying, kind of got all the other. And so all the other emotions and other sides of Melody, the angry sides. But, I didn't expect that was something that was going to be played out on TV. I didn't think that was going to continue to be a part of my life story, my marriage story.
Right.
And so now here I am, going through a divorce with 4 children, and trying to make sure that I'm taking care of me and keeping myself together, but then also making sure that I'm, there for my kids and helping them to keep it together too. And at the same time, still refusing to allow the choices of someone else to affect my purpose and the goals that I have set for myself. Right. So it's a lot. And it's a lot of moving pieces. But let me tell you, I just get up every single day and I start moving those pieces.
Absolutely. On Saturday night, you can see her series. I'm going to call it your series, Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's why I watch. I'm just telling you what Sean watch. Okay, on Saturday night, I'm not just watching everybody on the show. I watch my girl, Melody. Now, guess what? It ain't going to be this Saturday. It's going to be back-to-back Melody Holt. Woo! Now, I'll tell you something.
Melody Holt kind of night. That's what we going to have.
Come on back 2 hour block. Behind every man. I'm going to just let everybody know. See, Carlos King makes me mad now. This is his series, right? Is this Carlos King? See, he got me mad. See, because I watched this series that you're hosting, and I'm mad. I'm going like,
why? He
thought of this,
why?
Huh? Because it's such a beautiful series. Because I got 6 sisters. So why did I think of this? Because you have more Kurt Franklin and his wife Tammy on the show. You have the wife of Wyclef Jean on the show. You have the wife of
his mom.
I didn't even know that Neo was married. Seriously, I didn't even know he was married. And I was like, that Neo, he married? He's on the show, and it's like DJ Envy and her wife, but it's the wives who are the stars of the show, behind every man. How did you become a part of this series? And one thing I'm gonna tell you the truth about. This is an engaging series, well done. The women, you get a personal journey about them. It's not a series that they're trying to hook you in with a famous husband. No. It's about these women, how they have survived physical drama sometimes, abuse sometimes, near life death experiences sometimes, and each one of them have survived, and they've come into the lives of these famous men, helped them to be successful along the way, and they have sustained longevity in their marriage and blossomed into a loving relationship. How did you get involved behind every man?
Well, that's why it's so important to speak out loud your goals and your dreams and speak those things into existence. And so, I've shared with Carlos a long time ago, my goals in terms of hosting and acting and things like that. And so when the opportunity came and, he was awarded the opportunity to do Behind Every Man, he reached out to me. He said, hey, so guess what? And I'm like, what? And he was like, we're going to do another show. This is what's going to call. And we want you to host. I'm like, what? Really? Are you serious? And so, it went from there. And it was something filmed during the pandemic. So, of course, we had different parameters. Of course, we would have loved to have had it where, I could have flown into different places and actually sat down in person with these individuals. But we've got to be safe. So we still made it happen and made it, made it work. Right. And for me, when he called me that day, I'll never forget. And he had his other producer, Angela, on the phone as well. I teared up when he shared with me what Behind Every Man would be about. And here's why. I'm big on women empowerment. Right. I'm big on strong women and women, just coming together and really pushing one another and being able to be authentic and transparent and share your journey, share those, we love the glamour. We love to show off the Rolls Royce, the Lamborghinis and all this thing. However, right, being able to show the times that weren't so good and talk about that, which is what really helped you move to the next level. I love when people can be transparent. I think that's the reason that a lot of people connect with me on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So when he shared that with me, and I heard what it would be about, I just literally teared up. I said, wow. It was just something within me. And I'm big on intuition and being led by the Spirit. And there was just something within me that was like, yes, this right here is God sent for you.
It's amazing.
Me experiencing what I was experiencing in my marriage and knowing that, it wasn't going to be too much longer before it wasn't, I wasn't married anymore. It wasn't about that. It was about what I love to do, shine a light on other women. Like, I do my Mimosas with Melody event. I always award Women on Purpose Award, Still I Thrive Woman of the Year, and all these different things. And so any way that I can just really shine a light on women who are doing some amazing things, that's what I love to do. And so this was this was perfect, and it was truly an amazing experience.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a fan. I get to see you back to back. Hey, Melody, I want a back to back Melody Holt Saturday on network, because you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Oh, yeah. We owning it over here on
There you go. The thing about it is that I'm so proud of you, and I watched this journey. When I say that I'm sincere, and I know you do a lot of interviews and watching you grow. And like I said, I've seen this journey play out. And when you come on my show, we can have honest conversations. And only negative in your little book is you come to Atlanta and you don't come see your boy. Okay, because I bought a new building.
Let that happen again. How about that?
I'm saying I bought a new building. I gotta show y'all. You gotta take a picture about my new business sign, all that stuff. I gotta get some of your shine on my building. Okay.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Well, I won't hold you, but again, thank you again. Anytime your flyer come out, I gotta promote you this weekend, and your sorority member and all that good stuff, and girl, keep winning, and I got your support, and your brother here. You can tell your brother to call me. We're a little tired behind. He in Atlanta himself,
Yes,
he ain't got nothing to do.
Yes. Absolutely. So that'll be great. And I love you. Already know I love you. Thank you for, you're always opening your doors and opening, but just being welcoming with me coming in on the show. I appreciate that so much. It's kind of like you said, sometimes they're just those God-given connections. And I feel like from the first interview, you've been what you're saying that you are. You've been encouraging. You've let me know multiple times that I have your support, and I really appreciate that. And I love, we have to pull strength from one another, especially when we're going through different, difficult times. It's so important for us to pull strength from one another. And my fans, the viewers of Love and Marriage Huntsville, everyone has been my family, my management team, everyone has just been so amazing. And I know I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for all of you.
Awesome. Well, she's the star of a Saturday night on the OWN network, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Behind Every Man. Wow. That's my show. She's the star, Melody Holt. Melody, thank you for coming on Money Making Conversations again.
Thank you.
If you want to see more Money Making Conversation interviews, go to moneymakingconversation.com or subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'm Rushion McDonald. I'm your host.